Last week, we wrapped up our series reviewing Prison Break, and this week, thanks to our viewers, we are diving into Parks and Rec with our series, Pawnee Chronicles, a Parks and Rec review. And this week, we begin with Season 1. Before we do that, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Just search the Cinema Gold Show. And as always, leave a comment in the comments section below. And without further ado, let's dive into Season 1 of Parks and Recreation. Parks and Recreation debuted in April 2009 as a mid-season replacement on NBC, created by Greg Daniels. This mockumentary-style comedy introduced audiences to the quirky and endearing world of the Parks Department in the fictional town of Pawnee, Indiana. Despite its relatively short 6-episode first season, the show laid the groundwork for what would become one of the most beloved and acclaimed comedies of the 21st century. The success of Parks and Recreation can be significantly attributed to its rich and diverse cast of characters, each bringing their own unique flavor to the series. Season 1, though brief, effectively sets the stage for these characters, often offering glimpses into their personalities and potential for growth. Let's dive deeper into the core characters, exploring their initial portrayals and the foundational layers that hint at their development in subsequent seasons. So starting off, we got to begin with Leslie Knope, the epitome of optimism.
I'm the Deputy Director of Parks and Recreation.
Leslie Knope is portrayed by Amy Poehler and stands at the heart of Parks and Recreation. In Season 1, she's introduced as a fervent believer in the power of government to improve lives. Her infectious enthusiasm and relentless optimism are both her greatest strengths and her most significant weaknesses. Leslie's character is designed to challenge the often cynical view of government employees by presenting a protagonist who genuinely cares about our community. Despite her sometimes naive approach, Leslie's character is layered with hints of deeply seated ambition and a strong moral compass. Her interaction with other characters, especially her mentor-like relationship with Ann Perkins, and her respectful yet contrasting dynamic with Ron Swanson, reveal her ability to navigate complex social landscapes. This season plants the seeds of Leslie's resilience, showing her willingness to face challenges head-on, whether it's dealing with bureaucratic red tape or rallying support for community projects. And then we have Ron Swanson, the paradoxical libertarian.
Ron Swanson,
played by Nick Offerman, is a character of intriguing contradictions. As the director of the Parks Department, Ron's libertarian beliefs make him an ironic yet fascinating figure. He despises government intervention, yet he excels at his job within the very system he opposes. The paradox is not just the source of humor, but also a critical aspect of Ron's character development. Season 1 presents Ron as a man of few words, but many principles. His disdain for bureaucratic inefficiency is matched only by his love for woodworking and breakfast foods. Ron's initial portrayal might seem rigid, but his interactions with Leslie and the rest of the team hint at a more complex personality. He respects Leslie's dedication, even if he doesn't always agree with her methods. This respect is mutual and forms the backbone of one of the most compelling dynamics in the series. Ron's character, with his dry wit and steadfast principles, adds a unique flavor to the ensemble, promising deeper exploration in later seasons. And then we have Ann Perkins, the grounded idealist. Rashida Jones's Ann Perkins serves as the show's grounded and relatable everywoman. Introduced as a nurse who becomes involved with the Parks Department due to a personal grievance, Ann's character brings a sense of normalcy amidst the eccentric of Pawnee's government employees. Her practical and caring nature provides a counterbalance to the more outlandish personalities around her. Ann's budding friendship with Leslie is one of the central relationships of Season 1. This friendship, built on mutual respect and shared values, despite their different approaches to problem solving. Ann's interactions with her boyfriend, Andy Dwyer, also showcase her patience and compassion, even when dealing with his often frustrating antics. Ann's character is depicted as a stabilizing force, someone who values community and personal connections, setting the stage for deeper involvement in the show's main narrative. And then we have, Andy Dwyer, the lovable slacker.
Lucy! Hey, Andy, Dwyer?
And everybody's favorite, Chris Pratt. Andy Dwyer is introduced as the epitome of a lovable slacker. Injured and unemployed, Andy's character initially seems one-dimensional, driven by his lack of ambition and reliance on Anne. However, Pratt's portrayal adds layers of charm and humor that make Andy more than just comic relief. Season 1 hints at Andy's potential for growth, even if it's not fully realized within these episodes. His genuine affection for Anne and his naive optimism provide glimpses of a character who, despite his flaws, has the capacity for significant development. Andy's interactions with other characters, especially Leslie, show that he is more than willing to help, even if his methods are often unorthodox. This season lays the groundwork for Andy's evolution from a directionless man-child to a more responsible and endearing figure in later seasons. Then we have Tom Haverford.
I'm Tom.
The ambitious entertainer. Aziz Ansari's Tom Haverford is introduced as a small-time bureaucrat with big dreams. Tom's character is marked by his entrepreneurial spirit and flair for self-promotion. He often uses his position in the Parks Department as a stepping stone for his various schemes and aspirations, which range from owning a nightclub to becoming a media mogul. Tom's ambition is both his most defining trait and his greatest source of comedic moments. His tendency to prioritize personal gain over professional duty often puts him at odds with Leslie's more altruistic approach. However, Tom's charm and wit make him a likable character, despite his sometimes questionable motives. Season 1 showcases Tom's ability to navigate social situations with ease, hinting at his potential for deeper development and more substantial storylines in the future. And then we have April Ludgate, the sarcastic outsider. Aubrey Plaza's April Ludgate is introduced as an intern with a unique and memorable personality. April's sarcasm and apparent disinterest in her job make her stand out among the more enthusiastic members of the Parks Department. Her deadpan delivery and rebellious attitude provide a sharp contrast to Leslie's boundless optimism. Despite her initial aloofness, April's interactions with other characters reveal a more complex personality. Her relationship with Andy and her subtle admiration for Ron hint at a character who, beneath the layers of sarcasm, cares deeply about the people around her. Season 1 begins to peel back the layers of April's character, suggesting a rich vein of development that will be explored in future seasons. While the main cast of Parks and Recreation receive the most attention, Season 1 also introduces several supporting characters and guest stars who add depth and variety to the show. Starting off with Mark. Paul Schneider's Mark serves as a pragmatic foil to Leslie's idealism. As a city planner who has become jaded by the bureaucratic system, Mark represents a more realistic view of government work. His relationship with Leslie is complicated by their past romantic involvement, adding an element of tension to their professional interactions. Mark's character provides a grounded perspective on the challenges of working in local government, though his role would evolve in later seasons. Then we have Jerry. Jim O'Hare's Jerry Gargich is introduced as a well-meaning but often bumbling member of the Parks Department. Jerry's character is the target of much of the office's light-hearted ridicule, setting the stage for his role as a lovable office scapegoat. Despite his awkwardness, Jerry's earnestness and dedication to his job hint at a deeper, more sympathetic character. And then we have Donna. Retta's Donna, though not heavily featured in Season 1, makes a strong impression with her no-nonsense attitude and sharp wit. Donna's character adds an element of mystery and intrigue, as her personal life and interests are only hinted at in these early episodes. Her interactions with the rest of the team suggest a multifaceted personality that would be explored more fully in later seasons. Parks and Recreation is more than just a comedy. It's a nuanced exploration of themes and social commentary that reflect on the nature of government, community, and individual aspirations. Season 1, while laying the comedic groundwork, also introduces several important themes that are further developed in future seasons. These themes provide a deeper layer of meaning and relevance to the show, making it resonate with a wider audience. One of the central themes of Park and Recreation is the role and function of government in society. Season 1 begins to explore this theme through everyday operations of the Parks Department. The show highlights the often mundane and bureaucratic nature of local government work, yet it does so with a sense of humor and a touch of idealism. Leslie Knope's unwavering belief in the positive impact of government contrasts sharply with Ron Swanson's libertarian skepticism. The dichotomy serves as a microcosm of larger societal debates about the efficacy and necessity of government intervention. Leslie's passion for public service and her relentless pursuit of community projects, like turning a pit into a park, underscore the potential for government to improve lives. On the other hand, Ron's disdain for bureaucratic red tape and his desire for minimal government interference provide a counterpoint, raising questions about efficiency and individual freedom. The show subtly critiques both extremes, suggesting that a balance between idealism and pragmatism is necessary for effective governance. By depicting the day-to-day challenges faced by the Parks Department, Parks and Recreation offers a realistic yet optimistic view of local government, emphasizing the importance of dedication, community involvement, and persistence. Another significant theme in Season 1 is the importance of community and civic engagement. The characters in Parks and Rec are deeply embedded in the fabric of Pawnee, Indiana, and their interactions with the townspeople reflect a commitment to public service and community building. Leslie's efforts to engage the community, whether through public forums, canvassing, or personal interactions, highlight the importance of involving citizens in the decision-making process. Her enthusiasm for civic engagement, despite frequent setbacks and apathy from the public, underscore a key message of the show. Meaningful change often requires grassroots efforts and active participation. The series also portrays the various ways in which individuals can contribute to their community, from Ann Perkins' involvement due to personal grievances to Tom Haverford's entrepreneurial aspirations. The show illustrates that civic engagement can take many forms. This inclusive approach encourages viewers to recognize their own potential to make a difference, regardless of their background or motivations. Season 1 also begins to address themes of gender and ambition, particularly through the character of Leslie Knope. As a woman in a male-dominated field, Leslie faces unique challenges that are both professional and personal. Her relentless ambition and dedication to her work often puts her at odds with societal expectations and the complacency of her colleagues. The show critiques the gender dynamics within the workplace, highlighting the obstacles women face in pursuing leadership roles. Leslie's interactions with her male colleagues, such as Mark and Ron, often reveal underlying biases and assumptions about gender roles. Despite these challenges, Leslie's character is portrayed as resilient and determined, serving as an inspirational figure for viewers. Ann Perkins' character also contributes to this theme, as her involvement in local government is driven by personal experiences rather than career ambition. This contrast between Leslie and Ann's motivations provide a broader perspective on women's roles in public service and community activism. Parks and Recreation is also a story about individual aspirations and personal growth. Each character in Season 1 has their own dreams and goals, which are often in conflict with their current realities. The show explores how these aspirations shape their actions and interactions with others. Leslie Knope's dream of turning a pit into a park symbolizes her broader vision of transforming Pawnee into a better place. Her idealism and determination are infectious, inspiring those around her to strive for more. This theme of personal growth is not limited to Leslie. Other characters, such as Tom and Andy, also grapple with their ambitions and the steps needed to achieve them. Tom's entrepreneurial spirit and constant pursuit of success, despite frequent failures, highlight the importance of perseverance and adaptability. Andy's journey from a lazy and independent boyfriend to someone who begins to take responsibility for his life reflects the show's underlying message of personal development and the potential for positive change. The show's portrayal of bureaucracy and red tape is both a source of humor and a critical commentary on the inefficiencies of government. Season 1 frequently depicts the Parks Department's struggles with navigating complex regulations, securing funding, and dealing with public apathy. These challenges are presented in a comedic light, but also serve to highlight real issues faced by government employees. Leslie's encounters with bureaucratic obstacles, such as obtaining permits and organizing public meetings, emphasize the often frustrating nature of public service. However, her ability to find creative solutions and her refusal to be discouraged by setbacks demonstrate the importance of perseverance and innovation in overcoming bureaucratic hurdles. One of the more subtle themes in Season 1 is the value of public spaces and their impact on community well-being. The central plotline of transforming a pit into a park serves as a metaphor to the broader mission of the Parks Department to create and maintain spaces that enhance the quality of life for all citizens. The show's focus on parks and rec facilities highlights their role in promoting physical health, social interaction, and community cohesion. Leslie's passion for creating accessible and enjoyable public spaces underscores the importance of these areas in fostering a sense of belonging and community pride. Parks and Recreation uses humor to entertain, but also to provide social commentary. The show's mockumentary format allows for a satirical look at local government, exposing the absurdities and contradictions inherent in the system. This approach makes the serious issues more accessible and engaging for viewers, encouraging them to reflect on the themes presented. The comedic elements of the show, such as Ron Swanson's libertarian rants or Tom Haverford's ridiculous business ideas, serve to highlight the more profound messages about government, community, and individual aspirations. By blending humor with social commentary, Parks and Recreation creates a unique and effective way of addressing important issues without becoming preachy or didactic. And now we're going to dive into some of the strengths and weaknesses of this season. Parks and Recreation Season 1 set the stage for the series with a mixture of strengths and weaknesses that both define its early character and hint at its potential for growth. While the show faced some initial hurdles, its unique charm and the elements that needed refining ultimately contributed to its later success. So let's dive deeper into the specific strengths and weaknesses of Season 1. Starting off, we have one of the strengths of the season was its innovative character dynamics. One of the primary strengths of Season 1 is its establishment of unique and engaging character dynamics. The relationships among the characters, particularly the contrasting personalities, set up a rich tapestry of interactions that drive much of the show's humor and heart. The immediate chemistry between Leslie Knope and Perkins, the mentor-mentee relationship between Leslie and Ron Swanson, and the quirky camaraderie among the Parks Department employees will provide a strong foundation for character-driven storytelling. And then you also have some authentic setting and world building. Parks and Rec excel in creating a vivid and authentic setting in the fictional town of Pawnee, Indiana. The show captures the essence of small-town America with its local government intricacies, quirky traditions, and colorful residents. Season 1 begins to build this world with attention to detail, from the various community events to the depiction of Pawnee's unique history and culture. This setting not only grounds humor in a relatable context, but also adds depth and realism to the series. And then this season brings you an engaging mockumentary style. The mockumentary format is effectively used in Parks and Rec, providing a fresh and engaging way to present this story. The use of direct-to-camera interviews and documentary-style filming allows for intimate character insights and enhances the comedic timing. This style also facilitates a connection between the audience and the characters, as viewers are treated to their candid thoughts and reactions. This mockumentary approach helps differentiate Parks and Rec from traditional sitcoms, giving it a distinct voice. And its final strength is social commentary through humor. Season 1 is able to integrate social commentary into its humor, tackling issues like government inefficiency, gender dynamics, and community involvement. This blend of comedy and commentary allows the show to address serious topics in an accessible and entertaining way. The humor also serves as a vehicle for highlighting the absurdities and challenges of public service, making the themes more relatable and thought-provoking for viewers. And now we're going to take a look at some of the weaknesses. One of the notable weaknesses of Season 1 was its inconsistent tone and pacing. Some episodes feel disjointed with shifts in tone that can be jarring for viewers. This inconsistency is common in the early stages of many TV shows as they work to establish their identity and rhythm. And then you have underdeveloped character arcs. While the characters in Season 1 are introduced with distinct personalities, their arcs are not fully developed. The limited 6-episode run leaves little room for substantial character growth, resulting in some characters feeling one-dimensional. Leslie Knope, for instance, is portrayed with a level of naive that can come across as exaggerated, while other characters like Ron Swanson and April are only beginning to reveal their complexities. This lack of depth can make it challenging for viewers to fully invest in their characters initially. And one of the strongest weaknesses is its comparisons to The Office. Season 1 faced significant comparisons to The Office, another mockumentary-style comedy that was also created by Greg Daniels. These comparisons often highlighted perceived similarities in tone, style, and character archetypes, which overshadowed the unique aspects of Parks and Recreation. Leslie Knope, in particular, was frequently compared to Michael Scott, leading to criticism that the show lacked originality. This challenge of distinguish itself from The Office contributed to the initial mixed reception of the series. And then, finally, limited narrative scope. The narrative scope of Season 1 is relatively limited, focused primarily on the central plot of transforming a pit into a park. While this storyline introduced key themes and character motivations, it also restricts the variety of plots and subplots that can be explored. This narrow focus can make the season feel repetitive, as the same basic premise is revisited each episode. Expanding the narrative scope in later seasons allows the show to explore a wider range of storylines and character developments. And now we're going to dive into some of the notable episodes and moments. Season 1 of Parks and Recreation consists of 6 episodes that lay the groundwork for the series' overarching narrative and character arcs. Each episode introduces key themes, relationships, and moments that resonate throughout the show's run. Here we're going to dive deeper into these episodes, highlighting specific scenes and interactions that stand out as significant contributions to the series. So right off the bat, we got to take a look at the pilot. The pilot episode of Parks and Recreation is crucial, as it sets the tone, introduces the main characters, and it establishes the central plot of the season. Some of the most notable moments of the pilot include Leslie's introduction to the pit. Ann Perkins presents her concern about the pit to Leslie Knope during a town hall meeting, and Leslie's immediate decision is to transform the pit into a park, demonstrating her idealism and dedication. This moment sets up the central conflict of the season and showcases Leslie's unwavering optimism. And the initial interaction between Leslie and Ann is a pivotal moment. Ann's frustration and Leslie's determination to help highlight their contrasting yet complementary personalities. This encounter lays the foundation for their strong friendship, which becomes a central element of the series. And then we have Canvassing. Canvassing is the second episode and focuses on Leslie and her team's effort to gain public support for the new park. Some of the notable moments include the door-to-door canvassing, where Leslie's enthusiasm is on full display as she leads her team in canvassing the neighborhood, going door to door. The varying reactions from residents, ranging from disinterest to outright hostility, provide a humorous yet realistic portrayal of public engagement efforts. This sequence underscores the challenge of rallying community support and highlights Leslie's resilience. And then we take a look at the public forum debacle. The town hall meeting where Leslie attempts to present her park proposal devolves into chaos. This scene is significant as it showcases the obstacles Leslie faces in her quest to improve Pawnee. The public's resistance and skepticism provide a stark contrast to Leslie's idealism, highlighting the gap between her vision and reality. And then we have the next episode, The Reporter. In The Reporter, Leslie's excitement about receiving media coverage turns into a challenge as the reporter digs deeper into the parks department's inefficiencies. Key moments include Andy Dwyer's shenanigans, Leslie's vulnerability, and Leslie's interactions with Shauna Moe Tweep, a reporter looking to write a story about the park project. Leslie's initial nervousness and her attempts to control the narrative provide comedic fodder while also highlighting her earnestness and desire to succeed. Andy's efforts to make himself useful despite his leg injury lead to several humorous moments. His antics, such as attempting to play music and perform stunts, add a layer of absurdity to the episode. These scenes showcase Chris Pratt's comedic talent and begin to flesh out Andy's character as a lovable goofball. And then we have Boys Club. Boys Club delves into the theme of gender dynamics in the workplace, with Leslie inadvertently breaking a city rule. Some of these key moments include wine in the office, Leslie's attempt at bonding with her male colleagues by drinking wine in the office results in her breaking a city rule. This incident sets up a humorous yet poignant exploration of the challenges women face in navigating professional environments. And then you had Leslie's apology video. Leslie's sincere yet awkward video apology is a standout moment. Her heartfelt attempt to take responsibility despite the relatively minor infraction underscores her high standards for herself and her role as a public servant. The scene also showcases Amy Poehler's comedic timing and ability to blend humor with sincerity. Then we have the banquet. In the banquet, Leslie attends a banquet honoring her mother, Marlene Griggs. Revealing family dynamics and adding depth to Leslie's character. Some of those notable moments include Leslie's admiration for her mother, Leslie's drunken speech. Leslie attempts to give a speech while intoxicated is both humorous and revealing. Her slurred but heartfelt words showcase her genuine passion for public service, even in a compromised state. This scene is a testament to Amy Poehler's ability to deliver both comedic and emotional depth. And then we have Ron and Tom's banquet experience. Ron and Tom's reactions to the banquet, from Ron's disdain to the formalities to Tom's attempts to network, provide additional layers of humor. These moments highlight their contrasting personalities and add richness to the ensemble cast. The season finale rock show centers around Andy's band playing a gig and brings the characters together in a social setting. The key moments include Andy's performance. Andy's band, Mouse Rat, performs at a local club, providing a lively and comedic backdrop for the episode. Andy's enthusiasm and musical talent are on full display, adding depth to his character and setting up future storylines. And then we have Leslie and Mark's kiss. The budding romance between Leslie and Mark culminates in a kiss at the end of the episode. This moment is significant as it explores Leslie's personal life and adds a romantic subplot to her character arc. And then we have Anne and Andy's relationship. Anne's mixed feelings about Andy's performance in the relationship are explored in this episode. Her internal conflict and desire for change hint at future developments in her character's journey. This subplot adds emotional depth to Anne's character and sets the stage for a revolving storyline. And then, of course, you can't forget Tom's networking efforts. Tom's attempts to network and promote himself at the rock show provide additional comedic moments. His interactions with other characters highlight his ambition and entrepreneurial spirit, reinforcing his role as a source of humor and dynamic within the team. And then we're going to take a look at the impact and legacy of Parks and Recreation Season 1. Season 1 of Parks and Rec laid the foundation for a show that would go on to become a beloved and influential part of television comedy. Despite its brief run and initial mixed reception, the first season's impact and legacy are significant as it introduced audiences to the quirky world of Pawnee and set the stage for the series' eventual success. One of the key impacts of Season 1 was its establishment of a unique comedic voice that differentiated Parks and Rec from other sitcoms. While the early episodes did draw comparisons to The Office, the show's mockumentary style began to carve out its own identity through the distinct personalities of its characters and its focus on local government. The quirky charm of Pawnee and the endearing nature of its residents became a hallmark of the series, setting it apart from other workplace comedies. Despite its initial rating struggles, Season 1 of Parks and Recreation began to cultivate a cult following. Early viewers were drawn to the show's unique humor, character dynamics, and the mockumentary format. This dedicated fan base provided crucial support to the show, encouraging NBC to continue with additional seasons. The initial reception, while mixed, highlighted the potential of the series to grow and evolve, laying the groundwork for its future success. Over time, critical reevaluation of Season 1 has led to a greater appreciation of its contributions to the overall series. Like we mentioned, Despite reviews pointing out similarities to The Office and its uneven tone, later assessments have recognized the importance of Season 1 in establishing the show's identity. Critics and fans alike have come to appreciate the early character development and the humor that laid the groundwork for the show's later successes. This reevaluation has highlighted the significance of Season 1 and the context of the entire series. The lessons learned from Season 1 play a crucial role in shaping the direction of Parks and Recreation in subsequent seasons. The showrunners took feedback from viewers and critics to heart, refining the characters and honing the show's comedic voice. Leslie Knope's character became more nuanced, the ensemble cast received more balanced attention, and the humor became sharper and more character-driven. The foundational elements of Season 1 provided a blueprint for these improvements, leading to the show's critical and commercial success in later seasons. Season 1 of Parks and Recreation also contributed to the broader landscape of television comedy. Its mockumentary style, while not entirely new, was executed with a distinct charm that influenced other shows in the genre. The emphasis on local government and community involvement introduced a fresh setting for comedic exploration, inspiring other series to explore similar themes. The show's blend of humor, heart, and social commentary set a standard for sitcoms aiming to balance entertainment with meaningful messages. While it has its flaws, it introduces a cast of memorable characters and a unique comedic voice. The season's strengths far outweigh its weaknesses, and it sets the stage for the show's evolution into one of the most beloved comedies of its time. For fans and newcomers alike, Season 1 is a worthwhile watch, offering a glimpse into the early days of Pawnee's zany and heartwarming world. Let us know your thoughts on Parks and Rec Season 1. Let us know your favorite moments. Who are your favorite characters of this season? Is there anybody that you really didn't like in the show? Let us know. And of course, before we go, we'd like to remind you of our sponsor, Good Ranchers. I want to share something that's completely transformed my meals at home, and that is Good Ranchers. If you're like me and love quality meat, you'll want to hear this. Good Ranchers sources only the finest American-raised beef, chicken, pork, and seafood. You can really taste the difference. Knowing that these meats come from hardworking American farmers who care for their animals with pride makes it even better. When I choose Good Ranchers, I'm not just getting top quality meat, I'm also supporting local farmers and their families. What I love most is the convenience. Good Ranchers delivers premium cuts of meat right to my doorstep. No more last-minute grocery runs or settling for subpar options. I can cook up a delicious, high-quality meal anytime I want, and it's always a hit with my friends and family. So if you want to elevate your dinner game and support American farmers, check out Good Ranchers today. Trust me, you'll taste the difference.